Video for Insta.
Hey?
Video for Instagram.
Yeah, I'll do that. Hi. Thought we were going to do an Ask Me Anything. So the only thing is, just before we start, because we're running a few minutes early, how am they going to ask me anything? Hang on. Let me see if I can find questions. Are you going to yell questions at me, Jenna?
I told them to go and ask them, telling people now.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you forgot. See, we've all been really, really busy from the last live, just answering questions and fixing problems and all sorts of stuff. So, Bubble Bubs just went live.
There you go.
Who knew? Better turn my volume down because this goes funny. So, hey Michelle. Here we go. Jenna would like to know what colour underwear you're wearing, but I had to look.
It's black.
No, it's not.
What your bra is. I can see it.
I think it's purple. I might actually, because I'm wearing a jumpsuit, guys. This is not. My bra is black. Purple? Purple! There you go. I thought it was hot pink. Purple is the answer. Oh, Lord. This is what BBHQ is like all the time, actually. Really inappropriate questions and things. Gee, my coffee's empty. I think I might have to go and make another coffee.
The coffee's in here.
Yes, empty.
Empty. Oh, mine's
Yes.
not.
Oh, that's all right. The coffee machine was there. And I need to go post something on Instagram too to get some people coming over to Instagram. How many? We've got 10 people so far. Jenna is watching. Come on, guys. You've got a whole few minutes to ask me anything. Can be absolutely anything. You know, I'm pretty open about stuff. Just don't ask me about my mental health. So that's the one thing that's off limits at the moment. And for anybody who doesn't know me, that just means that I'm crazy. Oh dear. No question. See, there's a huge lag too. There's about a 20-second lag. So I'm actually watching my picture going like while I'm talking back to the camera. No more questions. No more questions. No. Which is your favourite staff member?
Oh, who asked
I
that?
would actually like to
Me.
know
Me.
who asked that. Who asked that? Yeah, see, if you start, that will start to loop if you have got volume on that. It's really funny. Who's my favourite staff member? Rachel.
Because she's got guns.
Yeah, no, because she's the newest and she hasn't pissed me off yet. Ah, dear.
What size do your pre-folds fit to?
Oh, well, a real question. Okay, so it depends on the pre-fold. So, and it depends how you actually fold them. So, pre-fold here. So, this would actually fit a newborn baby. So, just based on, I'm just going to make sure that we can see how we fold it. So, you have got pre-fold. So, you can pretty much with a pre-fold, see the camera there, you can fold it down like super tiny, but then once they get a little bit older you can actually then start to use them in, say, a candy shell, which I'm going to pull apart your whole demonstration because I'm not going to do demos today, but then you can start to lay them as pad folds inside like any of your shells or your covers. So how big does a pre-fold fit to? The question is, depends how you use it. When you're talking about our cotton pre-folds, which they're in the warehouse, I'd have to go grab some. I would say the most popular size of those would be the infants. And again, for the most part, you'd be using them as a pad fold. So the newborn cotton pre-folds I would still only buy as to pad fold. You wouldn't, I don't stock. Yeah, Vashti doesn't even stock the newborn pre-folds. They're a great little stopgap. The advantage of the hemp and the bamboo pre-folds is they stretch. The cotton pre-folds, which Ivy cannot find, which is really funny because they're right on top of a shelf right down the back. don't have a stretch, which makes them a little bit harder to actually use. So if you have a look there, so these are all unwashed. So what happens with all of these is they're designed to shrink, and the fibres kind of all shrink up and mat up and make them really absorbent. But that has got zero stretch at all. So once you're actually pad folding, or we do the angel wing fold on that, you're talking about like a teeny tiny baby. So I would only be using the newborns as a pad fold in a little cover or as extra boosting. But to even compare it to the infant, which is far more popular, is that kind of size there. So for those of you watching that want to know what the heck is a pre-fold, how is it not a flat nappy, there's extra absorbency in the center of a pre-fold. So this particular one has got 4 layers on each side and 8 layers, 6 or 8 layers, I'd have to look on the website, in the center, because I can't really count them.
I think there's 8 in those ones.
Yeah, they all tend to vary depending on the size. With the stretchy pre-folds, they're 2, 4, 2, so 2 layers on each side and 4 in the middle. Yeah, but pre-folds I reckon belong in every stash.
Oh, definitely.
They're just like a terry flat, but just that little bit less.
Not as much
folding.
origami.
Yes, not as much origami, and one of the girls will post a link to the pre-fold video because they're awesome. I have such. See, I don't actually have a favourite staff member because they all just. I'm going to say something really nice about all of them. So they all just, constantly surprise me with, because I'm such an. I've got to be really careful on live. And I've got a potty mouth. But, I'm not actually the easiest person to work for at all. I have such high expectations, and they just exceed my expectations all the time, and I never tell them. So there you go, girls. I'm telling you that I love you all. But Rachel's my favourite. Okay,
With
so.
a newborn, how often do you think you can get away with changing the band and reusing the outer?
So with the outer, I would be reusing. So I'd have 2 on the go. That's what I usually recommend. Is that you. So this is like your first. Literally 2 on the go. So. This is the one you're taking off the baby, pop it over the change table to let it air out, grab a new cover, and this is the cover we're going to put on, and then keep switching. So you're using 2 covers a day. For a newborn, you're changing every 2 to 3 hours. So, but with a newborn, that could be at the beginning of a nappy change, and the beginning of a feed. So they wake up, they're soaked, they're cranky. You change them. And then you feed them, and sometimes you'll change them again halfway through a feed or at the end of the feed just before they go back down. So that and then they'll go the 2 to 3 hours before they actually need changing again. And here's a hint that for all first time mums that nobody ever told me, there's 3 to 4 hours between feeds. That's from the beginning of the feed, not the end of the feed. So you don't actually get a break of 3 to 4 hours between feeding your child. You get 2 hours. So if you're lucky, if you manage to get them down to sleep. So so a minimum of 2 covers on the go at any one time. So you're just airing them out in between uses. So do we have any other? Need to work on my gun. Michelle, you do need to work on your. Look at my guns. Oh, hang on, we got to turn the camera upside down.
It's okay.
We did that on a live the other day. Anyone who hasn't actually met Rachel, she is actually a personal trainer. She works in our warehouse. She's a personal trainer, and she has got she's bodybuilding at the moment, so she's on a diet. I should be on a diet, but she's on the diet, and she has got the veins through her arms and everything, and we are just constantly taking the piss out of her for that. And bringing in hot cross buns because they're her, she really loves hot cross buns, and we just sit there and eat them in front of her because that's how we roll.
I found out Rachel's weakness yesterday.
Oh, what was that?
Chico babies.
Oh!
Milk bottles. But old school Chico babies and milk bottles.
Okay.
So
the Allen's Chico babies are coming into work on Monday.
So Ashley asks, what age, weight, approximately will the bull peeps go up to?
Bo Peeps. Now see, I've got 2 samples upstairs. We actually haven't, they're just on my desk, they're both white. We haven't actually maxed out the Bo Peeps yet, but we did some videos yesterday that my husband was supposed to have had edited already, because I'd really like to show you what they look like. Actually, the All Aboard train one is a Bo Peep as well. So he just got back out of hospital, and he was circa 3 kilos, and they were fitting really nicely on him. He was on, when we used them over a Bam Bam, we still had one snap position, so I'd say we'd be able to get them down a little bit smaller. But yeah, look, I actually reckon even we haven't pushed it yet because we just have not had the samples to be able to see how far we can get them going. But I reckon we could get, so Jo Curtis, we've had her little premiere in to do some videos on, and she just breeds her kids teeny tiny. I reckon they would fit her kids through the toilet training. They'd just be a super small kind of nappy. So I'm gonna pull this one apart then. This is Audrey, oh my god, do I love this print.
I think realistically, you could look at the Bo Peeps fitting approximately up to about the 8 kilo mark.
Oh, the whole idea was, the Bo Peep are an all-in two. So we Vashi's going to do the demo again. So if this is a little bit over the top, we've got some people watching that know our products, some that don't, and don't let this overwhelm you whatsoever, because we'll go through the whole demo very shortly. Or if it's too much, you can watch our last live, which was a really good demo. But it's an all-in two, and it's basically just a newborn version of the candy. It's not released yet, they're not finished. The shells are almost finished, the trifolds are in production at the moment. But the whole idea of this, so even though it's an all-in two on its own, the whole idea was to actually fit over the Bam Bam as well as another cover, because we're really big into franken napping and using what's in your stash and that sort of stuff. So once you have the basic understanding of how cloth nappies work, where you've got an absorbent part and a water resistant part, you can, and we call it franken napping. You just put this and this. It doesn't have to be, oh, I have to have a candy booster in a candy. You know, that's not how it works. I can use I don't know, I can use a bear and boho insert in a Bubble Bub shell. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. Yeah, exactly. It's
there's no nappy police out there.
Yeah,
no one's going to jump out of the cupboard and tell you you're doing it wrong.
We'll tell you you're doing it right, and we'll actually help you. And I have a it's the minimalist in me. I actually like you to use what's in your stash, and so if you come to me, you want, actually, and Vashti too, I've heard her actually do it. I will quite often send you away with less than what you actually want, because you know, you might not necessarily need everything, you know, but some people do. Some people like everything too, you know, like, oh no, it's a candy booster, it has to have the candy, and that's fine me. Too. There's that's Ivy, that's the non-poison Ivy over there, who does our socials now, that Jenna has like gone and got up the duff. But yeah, so you can cloth nappy however you want. So I'm going to clean up my mess here. I'm going to go make myself a coffee.
There's one question from the previous live, so in case people missed that one. So, is the inside of the Bamboo Delight a stay dry layer?
The Bamboo Delight? Yeah. No, it's completely absorbent. So the Bamboo Delight, oh, here's one. The Bamboo Delight is actually a bamboo velour. So the velour fabric, compared with, say, a fleece, which you can't really see on video, is a very flat pile. The bamboo velour itself is actually, it's got the tiniest, like, it makes it really super soft, but it's the tiniest little pile on it, and it actually makes it a little less wet or feeling for the baby, but it is still it doesn't have its own stay dry liner. You can get some microfleece liners from us here. We've got, actually, there's some down. There is some down in there. They are literally pieces of micro fleece, not microfiber, but micro fleece. So it's 100% polyester. You can pick this up, you can pick the fabric up from Spotlight by the meter, and I don't even know how much it is, a meter.
It depends. Sometimes you can get it on special for about $8 or $9.
Yeah.
But
So let's say $10 a
$30
meter, and you would be able to get, you know, probably 40 or 50.
Do you know what you actually do? Ask them to cut it in 30 centimetre widths, and then you just cut 10 centimetres.
Yeah.
And that gives you your 10 by 30 centimetre.
Yeah, so
saves you having to cut half a dozen times.
Yeah, you don't have to sew it or anything like that. We do sell them if you don't want to do that yourself, but that's an option if you've got a Spotlight close by. It doesn't need any sewing or anything like that, just cut and use. And that will create your stay dry layer.
And that will feel dry on.
And that'll feel dry, yeah. It will feel dry. It's not, if we've got people that are moving over from disposables, there is a difference between feeling dry and disposable dry. So disposable, like, literally pull all of the liquid out of bulbs. So, you know, when you take them, I assume, I'm not going to lie, I didn't use disposable, so I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that it's pretty much it's completely dry. Their bulb is completely dry, whereas even with a stay dry liner, it may have just a little bit of dampness to it, and that is perfectly fine. I mean, we have millions of babies wearing cloth nappies. We all wore cloth nappies, so.
The thing with the disposables is the gel crystals they use inside the disposables is actually the same as what they use in those little silica gel packets that draw moisture.
Yep.
So when you get those little gel packets in your shoes and your handbags and stuff, the gel crystals in disposables are the same thing. So they sort of soak up all that moisture and they pull it all in. And the lining of the nappy is actually a synthetic paper material. It's like it's not real paper. It's a plastic paper. Yeah. Which is so weird.
So you know there's same and you know as a brand, and if you've ever listened to the Nappy Legs podcast, I mean, this actually sounds like a podcast to be perfectly honest. We're not talking about nappy, like we're not doing the demo thing at all, but I have no idea where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Cut it out, Andrew. I don't know where I was going. But yeah, anyway, right. I'm going to pass over to, there you go, Michelle, who is actually on live chat at the moment. She said that her Spotlight liners lasted 3 kids. So there you go. Like yeah, I must admit my liners probably lasted all 3 kids. I think by the 3rd one I couldn't be bothered. I'm not going to lie, but you know, the baby gets spoiled now, so all good.
Jessica just asked, what's your favorite product?
Oh, Bam Bam, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Do you know why? Because I can sell this to every single person who is pregnant. If I can get them over the line to try cloth that looks, and Vashti will go through them very, very shortly. It's really easy to put an all-in-one on because it's like a single-use nappy. You know, because we've been marketed to that, you know, cloth nappies are hard and things like that. It's not. If I can get you over the line to try a Bam Bam, I can guarantee 100% you are going to fall in love with it, and it's going to work for you because it is so flexible, and Vashti will show you why, and boostable, you know, so you're not going to run into problems. We can fix leaks, we can fix capacity issues, and we can do all of those things so much easier with this, and this is hands down my favourite product, like, ever. Except for the boat. No, seriously, no, love it. Not even the Bo Peep's going to come close to it. I love that. I have a feeling Jenna's going to tell us something. So this is Jenna. Has anybody? No,
hello. This is Jenna.
Jenna is not going to be with us much longer. I think it's the first time I've actually touched your belly.
Oh no, I rubbed it on your shoulder the other day when I was leaning over to try and tell you something because I don't know how big I am.
Yes.
No, I'm not helping. I need to pee.
Oh, watch out! There's lots of like twisty stands and stuff in there. So anyway, I am going to so much for a quick ask me anything. I'm going to pass on to Vashti and go make myself a coffee, and
I'll get off my
any
phone.
other questions we're keeping an eye out and we will answer them as we go. So.
Okay, what have you done to my demo?
Oh, come
hey,
on.
honestly. Hey, give me a sec. I gotta get rid of some stuff because you know. There you go. No, that's right.
Okay.
We're doing pretty ones this time.
Yes.
If you watched last time, we used the Bubble Bubs prints. This time we're going to use the pretty prints. So, So, for those that missed last time, my name's Vashti. I'm from Nest Nappies. We're a bricks and mortar store over in Paddington, and I'm here this weekend helping Vicky with the virtual expos. Now, over at Nest, we stock over 20 brands on the shelf, but I will have to say Bubble Bobs is one of my favourites. I'm a bit chuffed with them. They're absolutely gorgeous. We're here to talk about the different styles of cloth nappies that Bubble Bobs stock. And we have 3 different styles with us this weekend. So there's the Bubble Bobs Bam Bam, which Vicky just chatted about a little bit, and it's one of her favourites. It's definitely one of mine. A fitted nappy, if I had to have, I got asked once if I could only have one nappy in my stash, what would it be? And it's hands down a fitted. They are so versatile. We also have the Bubble Bobs Pebbles, which is a newborn all-in-one, and the Bubble Bobs Candies, which is a one size fits most all-in-2. Now, I know those terms might be a bit confusing, but we're going to break it down and make it really, really simple. So, the Bubble Bobs Bam Bams is a fitted nappy. It is a newborn nappy, so it's designed to fit a micro preemie down to, hi Jenna.
I'm trying to sneak it, didn't I?
It's a newborn nappy designed to fit a micro preemie down to 1.2 kilos, and it'll last all the way through until 8 kilos, or around about the 4 to 6 month mark on the average bubby. Now, a fitted nappy is shaped, as you can see, to go on nice and easy, and every layer is absorbent, so it does need a water resistant cover to go on over the top of it. Sort of like the old school pilchers, but this time it's completely breathable fabric. Now, as you saw, being shaped, it does make it easier to go on. It's got elastic through the legs and through the back to hold in all those punamis. And this particular one breaks down into 2 pieces to make it quicker drying. With the shell, with the insert, you just fold it in 3, just like that, and you just lay it inside that shell. Bubby's bum goes in, and you bring that front up in between the legs, and you can fold the front of the nappy down to get a beautiful low rise. It'll sit underneath the umbilical stump in the early days. You bring those wings over, and then you're going to do it up with a snappy. So a snappy is a little piece or a little triangle of silicone. It's got some stretch in it, and it's got these little teeth that just hook into the fibers of the nappy. Means no more pins, no more dragging through your hair to oil them up and sort of slide through the fabric, and no more accidentally stabbing yourself or your bubby. You pull it from one hip over to the other hip and then down into the groin, and that holds it in place. Now, the Bam Bam has no closures on it. That's why we use the snappy, so no Velcro or snaps, which means you get a really customized fit for your baby every single time. Makes it really, really beautiful and trim, and it means that there's less chance of any leaks or anything. As I said, you do need to pop your cover on over the top. Now, our covers are made from a water resistant PUL or polyurethane laminate. Basically, it's a very breathable, water resistant material. These ones have Velcro on them, and you'll see with any of your high quality Velcro cloth nappies, they'll have what's known as a wash tab. The wash tab is just literally folded over, and that just holds it in place, so when you pop your nappies through the washing machine, you're not going to end up with a big tangled mess. We normally recommend try and fold them over as soon as you take it off, so that you get into that habit and you don't forget. And then all we're going to do is pop the cover over the top of that and do it up. Nice and easy and simple. Just tuck everything in so it's all in and it's gorgeous. So that is the Bubble Bobs Bam Bam, which is a fitted nappy, and it's designed to fit from 1.2 kilos or a micro preemie all the way through until about 8 kilos, which on the average bubby is somewhere between 4 to 6 months. So absolutely gorgeous. I adore my Bam Bams. And if you're looking for a bigger version of these, you can get them exclusively at Nest Nappies as well, although we're currently out of stock. They're on their way. They're not far, hopefully. So really, really easy and simple to use. Now, the next nappy we talked about, or we mentioned, was the Bubble Bobs Pebbles. Now, a Bubble Bobs Pebble is a newborn nappy again, and it is designed to fit from 2 kilos through to about 5.5 kilos. On the average bubby, that's somewhere around about the 2 to 3 month mark. So it's for those early days when you're still trying to wrap your head around being a parent, trying to decide what's going to work best for you and how you're going to maneuver through those early weeks. It does have the Velcro closure on it as well, and it is an all-in-one. So an all-in-one is basically just that. There's nothing to get lost or confused. All the absorbency is stitched in. Generally, your all-in-ones have these tongues that just fold out. It makes them much quicker drying. If all those layers were stitched together, it would take a long time. But it's just fold that insert or that tongue in, and then it's just bum in, up in between the legs, and Velcro that closed. Exactly the same as a disposable. The only difference is that you wash it. So very, very easy and very, very quick. I loved my all-in-ones for alternate caregivers, or for when we were out and about, so I didn't have to take several pieces in my nappy bag. They fit a little bit trimmer underneath all those gorgeous new newborn clothes, and there's just not that huge bulk that some other nappies can give your little one. All-in-ones do take a little bit longer to dry, and you do need to wash the entire nappy every single time though, so it just comes down to personal preference. But that's the Bubble Bubs Pebbles. It is a newborn all-in-one nappy, and it's designed to fit from 2 kilos through to around about the 5.5 kilo mark, which on the average bubby is around about 2 to 3 months. So how are we going with questions, ladies? Have we got any questions yet? Or are the girls being awesome? No? Okay, they're off making coffee. They better make me one. Now the last nappy we have here today is the Bubble Bubs Candies. Now the Bubble Bubs Candies is a one size fits most all in two. Now one size fits most fit most of the babies most of the time. They can be a little bit big and bulky in those early newborn days, but once your baby hits around about that 5 kilo mark, you start getting a much better fit, and then they'll last you all the way through until toilet training. Now, if you have done any research on your cloth nappies, you may have seen that a lot of the one size fits most nappies on the market have some snaps through the front here. Now, this one doesn't have those rise snaps through the front. It means that it gives you a much smoother finish to the front of the nappy, which makes it easier to get clothes on over the top, and there's a little less faffing about when you're trying to change nappies in a rush or with a crocodile roller. The way this one adjusts its size is it actually does up on the hips here. So it makes it a little bit tricky when you first start doing it, but once you've done it a few times, it does get a lot easier. They do have a double row of snaps, so you can align the snaps as you see, and that gives you a nice trim fit. Or if you have a bubby with chunky thighs and skinny waist, you can offset the snaps. So as you can see, I've just pulled it out around the legs, and that's opened up the legs, but it keeps the waist nice and trim. Alternatively, if you have a bubby who has a nice big pot belly after a lovely feed, you can offset it the other way. So I've pulled it out around the waist there, which has opened up the waist, and it closes up the legs. So it's really, really customizable to suit a wide range of babies. As I mentioned, this is what we call an all-in-two. So an all-in-two is where all of the absorbent part comes out of your waterproof shell. It makes it a much quicker drying nappy than your all-in-one, and it's also a little bit more cost effective because these absorbent parts can be bought separately. The nappy comes complete, but you can buy extra ones of these. And that means if Bobby has just done a wee and hasn't soiled the shell of the nappy, you can just replace those inserts. You don't need to replace the entire nappy. Now the absorbency on this one is a bamboo cotton trifold. Now the center panel of the bamboo cotton trifold has suede cloth on it, so that's a bit like what Vicky was talking about before with the microfleece. It is a stay dry fibre, and it will keep Bubby feeling nice and dry. And then you've got all the bamboo cotton behind it to absorb everything. You also have an extra booster that comes with the nappy, and that's for if you need some extra absorbency, or if you're going for a long drive in the car, or if you're going out to the grocery shops and you don't want to use public change rooms, because heaven knows they're a little bit gross. But it is that extra absorbency to give you that little bit longer. Now the trifold has 2 snaps on the back of it, and it just means it just snaps into the back of the nappy here. So you just snap that in just like that, and then you can fold the insert in 3 so that the suede cloth is uppermost, or if you prefer more natural fibres against your bubby's bum, you can actually fold it the other way so that the natural fibre is uppermost. This is really good as you're moving into toilet training and when you want your little one to feel they're wet so that they start learning when they need to go to the toilet. In the early days, when you want them to feel dry, fold it so the suede cloth is uppermost. Now, if you are needing that extra absorbency, you can lay it all the way through the nappy, or for little boys and tummy sleepers, you can pop it down the front, and for little girls and back sleepers, pop it in the middle. Really customize the nappy for you and your little one. When you first start out, you probably won't need that extra booster. So I just say, just start out with the trifold and see how you go. If you are starting a little bit later, if you're having problems finding disposable nappies at the moment and you have, a 12 or 18 month old that you'd like to try candies on, probably put that booster in, and then you can decide whether or not you need to pull it out afterwards. It's always better to start with more padding than not enough. But for a younger bubby, the trifold is more than enough. To pop this one on, you're going to pop Bubby's bum in. You're going to we'll move that out of the way. Sorry, that's in the way. You're going to bring that trifold up in between the legs, and for a teeny tiny bubby, you can actually fold it back down again to get a lower rise, but you want that absorbency nice and snug against their skin. Bring your wings over the top of that insert, and then you bring the front of the nappy up. As you can see, it does go quite high, but all you want to do is just take it down to the snaps. And what will happen is once this is snapped up to the right setting, the front of that nappy will actually automatically fold where it needs to. So you do get quite a nice low rise on it, and it still does give you a really trim fit around those little legs. Then as you need to, you just don't fold as much until you're not folding at all. And you have a nappy that will do you through until about 16-ish kilos. Or about 2 to 2.5 years on the average bubby. And so that's toilet training for most kids. Now the all-in 2s are a little bit more cost effective because those insert sets can be bought separately if needed, and they are a much faster drying nappies, so that's the benefit there. Do we have any questions that we need to answer, Ivy? Do you know? Sorry.
No.
Just wonder, I'm so used to being in person and having that interaction. It's very interesting. So I'm sure Kieran and Jenna and Michelle are all over it though. They'd be answering everything. So yeah. No, we're pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
hang on. Question.
Yeah. Question.
Oh no.
No, it's been answered.
Comment. Out of all this stuff that's happening, I'm actually glad parents are realizing how good cloth is.
Isn't it wonderful? I'm so happy. It's just such an it's not a great time by any stretch of the imagination. I'm sure we're all living in a state of unknown at the moment and trying to navigate this changing climate and not having any idea what's going to happen next. But it is really lovely to see families turning to reusable options and looking for other things that they can do. So yeah, so that's really awesome. So yeah.
So 2 questions right now.
Yeah.
Talk about nighttime naps.
Nighttime. I do have some nighttime nappies here, and I will. I'll have a chat about those. Grab those. I did have them off to the side. I thought I'd put them underneath, but they're over there. So do we want to chat now, or do you want to ask the other question now?
That was
Yeah,
question.
okay.
And nappies.
Yeah, okay, so just before we finish, that is the Bubble Bubs candy. It is a one size fits most all-in 2, designed to fit from 4 to 16 kilos. Now, all of these nappies that I've just shown you are day nappies, so they will last the average bubby Well, for the little newborn ones, about 2 to 3 hours, and for the Bubble Bubs candy, anywhere from 2 to 5 hours, depending on how heavy or wetter your bubby is. As we move into nights, though, we need something with a lot more absorbency so that it can go for that 12 plus hours. Here at Bubble Bubs, the Bubble Bubs Bamboo Delight is an amazing option. It is a fitted nappy like that little Bubble Bubs Bam Bam. It is the exact same pattern as the candy, but every layer is absorbent. It's made from a beautiful, gloriously soft bamboo velour, and it just does up on the hips again, and it has that trifold in it that just snaps out. The absorbency in this one is a super thirsty bamboo jersey, bamboo cotton blend, and it's just
no, jersey
really
was
easy.
version 1, that's fleece.
Oh, fleece. My apologies.
You're fired.
You can't fire me. I quit. So bamboo fleece. Sorry. So really, really super thirsty. Now you can use the Bamboo Delight as a day nappy just on its own. We do normally recommend that you pop a cover on over the top, just like with your Bam Bam, because as I said, every layer on this is absorbent, so it will feel damp on the outside once Bubby's done a wee and now. What you can do with this one though is you can turn it into a night nappy, and the Bubble Bubs Night Booster set is absolutely glorious for that. It's the same as the candy set, but way more absorbent. It's twice as thick, and it's just absolutely stunning. So there's the trifold that snaps in, and you just snap that in at the back, and then you can sort of fold that in, and you have that extra booster there as well. You then pop your Bamboo Delight on your little one, or not so little one at this stage probably. Most people look for dedicated night nappies at around about the 4 to 5 month mark, sometimes a little bit earlier. It will really depend on your little one, how they're sleeping, whether they're sleeping through, or even if they are waking but they're not pooing and you want to get through 12 hours. So once that's on, as you can see, that's quite thick compared to the candy on its own. And then with that insert that we took out, we can actually just pop that straight over the top there. We've got the nappy on, so it's nice and snug and holding everything in, but then we've got a little bit more absorbency in there as well. And then your waterproof shell over the top of that. So that makes a really good night nappy, and it's designed to fit most babies from around about the 4 kilo mark through to about the 16 kilo mark, and should last a good 12 hours on the average wetter. So it is a really nice option. Yeah. Now night nappies, we generally recommend give them a really good rinse out first thing in the morning just to get all that wee out, because that night wee is really super concentrated. So, and that does talk about, oh yes, sorry.
Can candy covers be used over Bamboo Delights, which I did this morning?
Yeah, so candy covers can definitely be used over a Bamboo Delight. If you are using your Bamboo Delight as a night nappy, popping that night booster set in there, I'd probably recommend having a look at the PUL covers instead. The candy covers are a little bit trim to use as a night cover. They will work on a smaller bubby, but you might have a little bit of a fit issue as they get a bit bigger, because there's more body in there and more booty. So yeah, so you can do it, but it's a little bit snug.
Haley asks, how many snaps on a Delight there, Vashti?
How many snaps on a Delight? Exactly the same amount as a candy, Haley. Don't try and trip me up again. I know
she's
how many.
saying this is currently her PVC.
So there is 5.
Oh, is that an inside joke, is it?
That is an inside joke. She tried to trip me up. So there are 5 settings on each wing. So there is 20 female snaps on the wing. Then there is 20 females, there's 2 female snaps on the inside at the back of the shell, 2 male snaps on the trifold, and 4 male snaps on the wings. So there you go, 22 females and 6 males. See, I know these things.
Now?
No, I actually did know it. They asked me when in the Ask Vashti, the live that we had a couple of weeks ago, and I sat there and I went, oh yeah, that's how many. So, so I did know that.
Do we have time to talk about quickly about wash routine?
Yeah, so wash routine is really, really simple. Your washing machine does most of the work for you. What we do recommend with your nappies is that if you're breastfeeding your baby, your breastfed baby poo is water soluble. You can rinse your nappy under the laundry sink if you want. I didn't bother. Left the breastfed baby poo in there and just popped my nappies in a wet bag. So this is a smaller wet bag for out and about, but you can get bigger ones for at home, or you can use a dry pail of any description, whether that be a bucket, an aerated basket, anything. We just want lots of airflow around our nappies. If you are on formula or once you move on to solids, that poo is no longer water soluble, so you really do need to get it into the toilet where poo belongs. You can do that if you are using liners. Vicky chatted about the fleece liners before. You can lay a liner inside any nappy whatsoever. When Bubby does a poo, pick that liner up, give it a dunk and a swish and a flush of the toilet to get the poo off, and then wash your liner. I used a little squirt. So a little squirt is a high pressure water hose. You hook it onto the water inlet valve of your toilet if you have an exposed cistern. Hold the nappy above the toilet and just hose the nappy out, which is really super easy. I also loved hosing my partner when he ticked me off, so it's nice cold water. A friend of mine had what she called the poo spoon. So the poo spoon, it was just a spoon that she kept in the bathroom, and she scraped the poo out of her nappies into the toilet. So once your non-breastfed baby poo is in the toilet, or you've got a full bag of nappies and you're ready to wash, pop your nappies into the machine and pop them through for a pre-wash to get rid of any floaties that are still in your nappies, and then pop them back for a full cotton wash. When you're washing, we recommend that you use the full amount of laundry detergent for a heavily soiled load. Your nappies are heavily soiled. They see some of the muckiest stuff around when you're raising a little one, so you do need a good amount of detergent. Wash no hotter than 60 degrees. Anything over that and you start to shorten the lifespan of your elastics and your water resistant layers as well. So 60 degrees is fine. 40 degrees works okay as well. It's up to you. The pre-wash means that you're getting rid of all that muck. So when you wash in the main wash, you're not washing in poo soup. Now I do get asked quite often, poo in my washing machine, why would I want to do that? That's where I wash my clothes. Your washing machine has a stainless steel drum. There is no bacteria that's going to breed in your washing machine. As I mentioned, your breastfed baby poo is water soluble, so it will rinse straight out. And the other poo, we've gotten the majority of it out into the toilet, so it's not a drama at all. Get your nappies out in the sun to dry them. You can put your absorbent parts through the clothes dryer if you want. We tend to try and recommend with your shells, like anything with your elastic or your PUL in it, try not to put through the clothes dryer. They can go through, just drop the heat setting down on them. So it's not going to kill your nappies, but it's definitely going to extend the life if you don't pop them through the dryer. So I think that's about it. Anything else?
Did you go through pricing and everything?
Not yet.
No, because I was out making coffee and I'm sorry. Was it really loud?
It was. Bash, bash, bash. So
Usually, and also the girls are.
yeah. So look, the girls Vicky's worked really hard to get our Expo flyer onto the website since our last
2
live.
hours.
Yeah. So we do have this flyer. This is what we normally take to the expos with us. So this flyer is really awesome, and there's lots of information on the website too. So head over to www.bubblebubs.com.au. There's a link at the top of this this live that will take you directly there. Open up a chat window and chat to one of the girls. Ask them any questions that you need to. Jump on our socials and send us a private message if you need to, or send us an email. We will get back to you. If you don't want to talk over the internet or anything, drop us a quick message with your phone number and we'll give you a call back. So we're here to help. We're here to make sure that you have a really thorough knowledge and understanding of the cloth nappies and work out what's going to work best for you. Now this brochure that Vicky's put up, it actually has the nappies that we were just discussing in it. So we've got the Bubble Bubs Bam Bams. There's a quick outline of that, and we do a trial pack on those, which is 2 of the nappies, 1 of the snappies, and the cover for $59 this weekend. Well, normally. But it comes with a $20 gift voucher to put towards a 12 or more pack of the Bam Bams if you decide you like them. The Bubble Bubs Pebbles, which is through the middle here, so that's that little newborn all-in-one that fits from 2 to 5.5 kilos. We're doing those 2 for $49 this weekend, and that comes with a $20 gift voucher to put towards 12 or more if you decide you like them. And lastly, the Bubble Bubs candies. So the candies were that one size fits most all-in-2 that fit from 4 to 16 kilos. So there's a little bit of information about them on here. Just like that, all the features and everything like that. And the trial pack is 2 for $59 this weekend, with a $50 gift voucher to put towards a 6 or more pack if you decide you like them. So we also do our birth to toilet training packs, both part-time and full-time, or our part-time and full-time newborn packs, part-time and full-time one size fits most packs. With those, I know it's a little bit scary, dropping so much money in one hit. But one of the things I love chatting about with Bubble Bubs, and I love the fact that Bubble Bubs is the only brand on the market who actually does this, they offer a 100% money back guarantee on your nappies. So if you did decide that you wanted to take advantage of the amazing specials in that birth to toilet training pack and grab all your accessories and everything in one hit, you can wash and use just one nappy. If you're not happy with it, if things change and cloth nappies aren't for you, then you can return that entire pack for a 100% money back guarantee with no questions asked. So Bubble Bubs is the only brand on the market to offer that, and it is a really great way of dipping your toe in the water and seeing whether or not cloth nappies are going to work for you. So
You guys are still open for a couple of hours too, don't forget.
yeah, so if you are in Brisbane and if you do want to pop down and touch and feel any of the nappies, because that is one of the downfalls of doing virtual expos, Nest Nappies is located at 15 Latrobe Terrace in Paddington. We're open through until 4 o'clock today, and we're back open Monday morning at 9:30. So we do 9:30 till 4, Monday through Saturday. We also offer Skype consults or Zoom consults. We offer one-on-one sessions as well, like private sessions, and we have workshops available to book in on our website. So it is business as normal at Nest. We have limited the number of people that are coming into the shop at the one time, but we're there to help you. Even if you've bought your nappies from somewhere else, it's the same with Bubble Bubs. Doesn't matter where you've got your nappies from, jump on the chat and have a chat to the girls about how to make them work. If you're struggling, you can message us at Nest or email us at Nest or give the shop a phone call, and you can just we can help you navigate this cloth world together and make cloth nappies easy right from the start. So it doesn't have to be hard. It is super fun, and we're here to support you and make it easy. The other thing that you can do if you're a bit of a podcast person is jump on nappyleaks.com. Vicky and I do an unbranded podcast where we talk about all things cloth, and are just really excited about making cloth fun. Your head just popped up. So Vicky's been crawling down along the floor here, getting ready to finish off the live, I think. So
No, you can talk. You can talk. Do you want to give you some marbles and some water?
Oh, 6 foot of concrete's what I need. So, but look, that is the Bubble Bubs products that we've got here today. Jump on the website, click that link on the top of the live, head to the Nest Nappies page, check out our websites. We're all about making sure that you can keep your baby in nappies. Like, it is a scary time that we're in at the moment. It's completely unprecedented, and I know that it's difficult. But our shelves are full. We're here to help, and we'll even help you find something to use from around your house if you need to. We know how to turn t-shirts into cloth nappies. So definitely give us a call, and we'll work with you to find something that is absolutely perfect. So make sure you message the girls. They're working really hard, and they'll get back to you as soon as possible. Look forward to chatting to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
It's not a touch.
Ah, it's not. Oh my god, it's not. How funny. Hi everyone. I am trying to press the finish on a computer.